Hey friends, have you ever wondered why I give you whiplash in my content every day? Do you wonder why I go from spicy, sarcastic, sweary Gia all the way to peaceful Gia, channeling and embodying messages of divine love? Yeah, this is a deliberate choice, and there is reasoning behind it. Reasoning that's really important to unpack for anyone who's embarking on a spiritual journey. Look, I can give you the short reason, being that I'm a Gemini, period, or that I get to express myself however I choose and my page, my voice. And those are all very valid in and of themselves. I also don't have to explain myself to anyone. But the deeper reasoning behind it is because this is a viable and authentic spiritual journey. Being spicy, being in your feels, being in your emotions, owning the very human aspects of this journey is a viable and vital, important part of a spiritual journey. And it's one that a lot of spiritual folks don't allow. You've probably heard talk of spiritual bypassing, which is where we use spirituality to ignore realities in the world. And it is a problem. However, it is also a viable spiritual path. Really. There are many spiritual traditions that advocate for focusing on spirituality first, for bypassing the human pitfalls, the human experiences, for evolving out of the emotions of anger, hate, vitriol, etc. This is a viable spiritual path, whether anciently through ancient spiritual traditions or today. Many people take that path, and that is usually the path you think of when you think of a spiritual journey. And the fact that I do not advocate for that is what makes a lot of spiritual people really not like me. Which is fine, okay? Fine. I do not claim to have every truth for everyone. I am simply choosing to model a different but viable spiritual path. You see, the journey I'm on is one of embodiment. And in embodiment, you are not bypassing the body. You are not getting up and out of the physical experience. You are bringing more spirituality into the body. You are merging the spiritual with the human. You're not vacating. You're not ignoring. You're not saying love and light, good vibes only. You're bringing spirituality down to the ground. And in order to do that, a couple things have to happen. Number one, you have to heal all the shit in you that is blocking your spiritual expansion, that is not allowing for more embodiment. That includes pain, that includes anger, beliefs, all different kinds of behaviors. And so in order to do that healing work, you actually have to get into it. You have to get into not only the wounding, but the behaviors and the forms of expression that arise from those behaviors, the beliefs, that human experience. You have to get in the human experience. And it's not to clear it. It's not to bypass it. It's to make peace with it. And I think this is also what makes me unique as a healer, because emotional healing, my number one priority, you guys, I harp on it all the friggin' time. I have over 70 videos on my emotional support playlist. But I don't teach you how to heal so that you can get up and out of it. I teach you to heal so that you can get into your emotions, use them, and become more empowered through your emotional expression. And I find right now, with me being very specifically focused on what's going on politically, what's happening with social justice in our country and around the world, a love and light only path isn't going to cut it. I'm really interested in transforming the systems and helping the people who have been harmed by it, which is not only all of us, but in particular marginalized communities who have really been targeted and hurt. You can't do that if you are ignoring the pain and if you don't allow space for the pain, for the angry expression, for the vitriol, the fury, the swearing, the sarcasm. It is okay and it is healthy to honor our authentic expression as we are processing the pain, the rage, the frustration at the world we live in and the people who are causing harm. No, it does not make you less spiritual to swear. No, it does not make you less spiritual to call the leader-in-chief naughty words, bad names. And in fact, this is how satire was developed. This is the best use of satire. It's for poking holes in the powerful. It's for speaking truth to power. It's for deflating their power and thus becoming more empowered and less afraid yourself. Now, if you're the person in power and you're doing it to people who are not in power, that is an imbalance and that's not okay. And that is called punching down. That's why no, an AI video of that man wearing a crown dumping feces on the people is not satire. That's oppression. Okay, now, having said all of this, is there a point at which we should maybe stop poking fun and stop getting mad at them and maybe do the love and light thing? Yeah, Yes, the goal of every spiritual journey is to get out of a position of disempowerment, of becoming empowered. And at some point, if you spend too much time focusing on the things that upset you, you're not really making progress. You're just kind of stuck in the same soup. But this is a personal journey and it will unfold in your own timing. And in fact, journeys are very rarely linear. They're circular, they're cyclical. And there will be times where we feel love and light and empowered and we've left it behind and we're just feeling so anchored in the light. And there are other times where we are like, what the actual fuck? And so I have very specifically chosen, intentionally, to be the person who honors the what the fuck. I am modeling the path of embodiment. I am normalizing making peace with our emotions by accepting our negative, gross, icky emotions. I am advocating empowerment through satire. And I can do all of this while I pivot back and forth. I can be spicy Gia and spiritual saintly Gia who channels the great beyond. These paths are not mutually exclusive. And anyone who says that they are probably needs to do a little bit more deconstructing of their spiritual path because it reeks of patriarchy, to tone police, to disempower spiritual followers, and in particular, to take away a woman's right to be angry. So for all these reasons and more, I will continue to give you whiplash on a daily basis. You're welcome.